Welcome to Lift Your Leg. This is Monique Anstey from the Naughty Dog in Victoria, BC. And today I have dragged onto my podcast, maybe unwillingly, a friend and a client. Would you like to say your name?
Sure. My name's Jackie McLeod.
Jackie and I were standing in my building one day. We were chatting, as tends to happen a lot. And as she left, I sent her a text message and said,
You
"Don't be angry with
said,
me, but you look ill."
no, you were nicer than that. You said, I'm going to feed you for a week. Come to Port Alice. I want to do a nutritional intervention. Yeah.
Yeah. So she came. So
Yeah.
the plan was I was going to feed her proper food for a week because she just didn't look good. And sometimes we all know life happens. Life just kicks us sideways. And when you get knocked down, it then kicks you in the teeth. And Jackie had a few months of that. I would say all of the stress of that just started compounding and adding up. And then it got to the point that she wasn't looking very good. That's how this all began. Jackie, being the good sport that she is, was like, yeah, okay, and came up to Port Alice, where the
Yeah.
adventures began.
Yeah. And the draw, of course, is Port Alice. Honestly, in the moment, I just humored you with the nutritional intervention because I thought it was just another kooky idea, but why not? Let's roll with that. That's true.
Yeah, little does she know me. All Jackie was thinking was food. Someone's going to cook for me for a week and I get to do fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an easy thing to say yes to.
Yes, and it was.
So Jackie comes on up to Port Alice and I started feeding her. We started off, yeah, just normal, totally normal. And we'd go on a walk with our dogs. We'd do a bit of training. So it started off normal.
Well,
Yes?
partially normal. The activity was normal, slow, rolled into more rigorous things, but you were chasing me around with water and different things every couple hours in those first few days,
Okay.
which I thought was interesting. It made me chuckle. It did. I'm like, oh, yeah, I am thirsty. Thanks.
So I got her hydrated. I got her eating. And I think the most important thing that I did with her was I got her exercising and I got her out into nature. And slowly the adventures and the fun started. But it was slow. It wasn't too crazy right off the bat. Where was the first place we walked?
Didn't we just walk through town?
We did. Our very first walk was through town. And then the first off-leash proper walk was the river. So the river's a frequent trail. We go there a lot. Dogs love it, but it's their go-to. So it's not adventurous or anything like that, but it's fun. It's
Mm-hmm.
nice. They get
It
to
was easy.
swim. Yeah,
Yep.
it's easy. It's
Yep.
flat for us.
Yep.
Yeah. So now we're talking what now? We're probably on day 3, would you say? Because day 2 I went off to Bears.
Yeah. That's right. Yep. Probably day 3.
One thing I had noticed with Jackie, and this was prior to this, and another friend of ours, her and I were talking about it, we were both quite worried about her, was Jackie's thinking had become frantic. Naturally, you're frantic, but you'd become even more, and you were quite unclear and unfocused, and your memory was going on little details, right?
Yeah. I'm sure that's what you saw. I didn't feel it in the moment, to be
Yep.
honest. Yeah.
But what day was it when you started to feel the change and then you realized?
It was either day 4 or day 5. And I just woke up feeling stable, I think was the word I used.
Yes, I think you're right. And then after that day, the stable happened more and more. Am I
The,
correct?
yeah. Yes. It stayed throughout the whole time. It never left, but it got stronger, is how I would put it.
Yes. And why Jackie and I are talking about this is because, truthfully, pretty much
Uh-oh.
what Jackie did was a board and train with me. She's just the first human that's done it. So,
Yeah, and I didn't realize that until going through that whole couple weeks and then reflecting on it. That's exactly what you did because you didn't tackle any issue directly.
correct.
You went about it sideways, and I've seen you do that with dogs. And I thought
Yes.
that was a brilliant way to do it, actually,
Yes.
because you don't know it's happening, but you're gaining strength, physical and mental.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
doing things people wouldn't normally go, yeah, I'm just going to hang from that rope. That seems normal. After 5 days, you don't know what hurts more, your legs, your hips. So instead of whining or whatnot, there's another new place to go, and it's going to use your arm. So you just go.
Yes. So, as you can, she's starting to let on to what we did. We had the most amazing 2 weeks of, we started off hiking, then we actually did everything. Our first true adventure was swimming, wasn't it?
The snorkeling part?
Yes.
Oh no, that came a little bit later, I think.
Was that our first true adventure, though? I think.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Trying to go
Okay.
back in my mind, but I think we did the cave first. I think we did
We
the
did.
bike.
You're right. The first place we went, I was wrong in my thinking there. The first place we went was down a steep trail to the most beautiful river. And we couldn't explore the river. It was too full with water at that point, right? It
Yes,
had rained. And we
and
looked
we
for a cave.
and we had all the dogs with us
Yes.
on the first
Yes.
time down. So that was an interesting thing to navigate all that too for me. My
And we
dog
were,
was afraid, and
yeah,
yeah, there was a few hiccups. Didn't we go in the cave the first time?
we were looking for an entrance. And
Yeah.
I had found one previously and I couldn't shove my fat body through it.
Well,
So
nobody could.
Skinny
It was
Jackie, I thought Skinny Jackie might be a good opportunity here.
no, it was too skinny. It was too
Mhm.
weird, and we just kept searching for another option, which you
And
found.
then I found it. And then I
Mhm.
found it. I
You
found
did.
the hole. So I found a cave entrance. So Harry and I went in first, and Jackie stayed out with the other
No,
dogs,
no, no, no,
wasn't
no.
it?
You have to back up. No,
Okay.
that was like the second time we went. And the reason I remember this is we didn't have the lights. We only had our cell phones.
You held
So
Harry.
I held Harry
Yes,
and
you're right.
Fika, and you disappeared for what was too long for them.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I went into the cave, I explored, came back, knew where Jackie was, so I was able to get out. And then Jackie went in.
Yep.
And that was the first time. And there's something about exploring nature, raw nature with no cell service, just that adrenaline rush of adventure, the wholesome feeling of being out there that fixes your brain.
I think
And
you have to, sorry, just describe that cave entrance and exactly like we didn't just find an entrance and waltz in. Like we had to navigate in. It was very narrow. The way the rock was shaped, we had to use the cell phone, shimmy down, roll on our stomach, and not
yeah,
knowing what we were going to find. And it was dark, and you could hear a river running. So for me, my adrenaline certainly sped up.
I agree. And you're right. We didn't casually walk into this nice open cave. We
Right.
found a hole in the ground that we put our bodies into, hoping there was something below us,
One
and
at a
then,
time.
yeah, get a foothold on something and keep going down and through, and
Mhm.
then you're in this massive room that you can shine your light in. It's wow.
You're very weak light that you actually really don't get a good idea of what it is. You have to draw a better picture because for me, it was like, okay, it's dark. As I'm walking forward, now that I'm not going the wrong direction, you hear the river and, okay, might want to be careful, but you only have a half light from your cell phone. When you're in a cave, a true cave, it's really dark. Really
Mhm.
cool too.
My brain's going to different places here because I'm thinking about parts of our brains. I'm going to take us backwards a little bit. When we are dealing with chronic stress, like long term chronic stress, the levels of cortisol in our body literally start diminishing your hippocampus, which is the part of your brain that helps you with memory and managing emotion. Did you know that, Jackie?
I
And it
did.
actually starts to deteriorate it if you have high levels of cortisol. How you fix that is by adventures. Did you know that?
That I didn't know. I didn't know it broke it down, but I did know the function of it. How did you discover that information?
It was one of my many books that I just happened to be listening to lately. And I
Ah,
was like, no way. Seriously, this is what we just did. So it's Happy Brain, Happy Life by Wendy Suzuki, I think. Just
that's
have to look here.
fascinating.
Wendy
After,
Suzuki. And she was talking about how your brain actually loses like its dendritic branches and then starts to
hmm
decrease with high levels of cortisol, which is your memory function and your memory and your managing emotion, which had been happening
oh,
with you.
oh,
And
definitely.
and then it's the adventures and the exercise that build it back. Isn't that
I
fascinating?
it's absolutely fascinating, and from the inside of what that looked like, you don't realize those things when you're going through it, or I didn't, I should say. But all you're focused on is not being afraid, taking the next step. It, it's too exciting not to take the next step for me, which really helped push through all of these things and just keep going. But I didn't know it was affecting my brain that way.
Yeah,
Hmm. But you found this out after or before we
after.
did? Ah,
I I know how I fix dogs and just did what I always do. Having said
hmm
that, it was mostly because I had a sense of adventure and you were just my partner in crime.
I believe that too. But I got a double
Oh, dear.
benefit, didn't I?
You did. So that was our first encounter in that cave, at which point we then started reading a ton, researching,
Yep.
and then we were ready to go back. So then we went with proper lights, ropes, all the stuff that we should have gone in with the first time.
Proper lights, I would define it more like better lights. I don't know that they're really truly proper cave lights,
I think
but
mine was.
they were far better than what we had,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because
Yeah.
the pictures we have of that cave, the detail is incredible.
Yeah.
Because we only had those two lights, really.
And did we take Sally and Harry or just Harry?
Sally stayed at the entrance. We took Harry the second time. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
He was very
So
brave
Harry loved it.
and
So
agile. When he crawled up that hole, yeah, that was amazing.
yeah. So that was our second big adventure, are we going to say?
At least the second cave adventure.
And that was getting back in the one we'd had a taste of.
Yeah,
So then I wanted to show Jackie that rock formation, that system. So I took her snorkeling in the river. We snorkeled through this massive river as far as we could go. And we tried to get to the other side of the caves, which was a long swim. It was a long
It,
swim there because we had to fight current. It was a very fast swim back.
again, I thought you were a little bit crazy, but hey, why not try snorkeling in a wetsuit up a river against a current, looking for holes in caves, and not having any idea what we're going to find?
And what did you
And
think
it
of
was
it?
incredible. I want to do it again and again because the color of the rock, the water, the design of the rock makes you understand the cave system better, which is clearly what we're trying to get to. So, yeah, it was amazing.
Isn't it cool? I think
I
that's one
just,
of my favorite things to do.
yeah, yeah. That's why I was trying to download maps on the whole river systems and how they work up there and connect to each other.
Yep. Yep.
That's next trip.
And as we were swimming, there were so many caves that we went past, but it's
Yep,
hard to get in there when you're walking with flippers.
yep, yeah. And we didn't have lights or anything. We had nothing. That was the first trek just to see what's what, which was
Yep.
great.
Yep. So where was our third adventure? Was that then when we went over the taken down bridge?
No, I think we did like the estuary and some a little
Okay.
more regular stuff, but they were full days, so it might have been the caves, the estuary, and throw in a bit of training, and then go for a swim. It was a full day.
Yeah. And in among all of this, we're still hiking our dogs every day. We're training a lot. We're training, but we're only having very short bursts of training
Yeah,
that 5 minute sessions each, like very, very short.
yeah.
But the frequency of it so that she could remember what we were doing. And we just kept repeating it again and again and again and again.
Oh,
So
I
that,
didn't know that's why you were doing it that way. That's funny.
but it worked, didn't it?
It really worked.
It
Yeah.
did.
I just thought we were pressed for time, but okay, I'll take 5 minutes.
I think because of the type of thing we were working with, short was good for both of our dogs. Plus, we were both exhausted,
Yes.
and neither
Yep.
of us really. So, to fully have one thing ingrained and cemented, and then once you had that one thing ingrained and cemented, then we started adding in more attached to it,
That's right.
if you
Yep.
noticed.
Yeah, and it was very
So,
effective.
yeah. So, we built our first building block, which in the case of dogs would have been loose walking. In your case, it was signals.
Yep.
So, and then that went to drive building, keeping the connection, getting her out the car to your beginning. So we did ring entries from the car, and then we did playing and how to let her win and feel
Yep.
strong. And then into that, we threw broad jump.
Yep.
Did we do retrieve two or not? I can't
I
remember.
don't think we did. No. We did signals in drive, which was fascinating also because I hadn't done it in that way before when you run to the side.
Yeah.
So that was really,
So we're getting off topic here. So, as all of this is happening, she's still getting her smoothies every morning. She's getting some of her supplements. She's still getting her glass of wine in the evenings
yes, that was
and
a
proper
lifesaver.
amounts of protein.
But the amount of water it felt like I was consuming, and I drink water and I hike at home, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same in any way. So
I
yeah, because I
think
was.
you were so dehydrated, it was just
Mhm.
going straight through you.
Yeah, I think
So
you're
I was
absolutely right.
adding stuff to it, and that was helping you keep it in your body.
Yeah,
A- And it showed because you gained weight fast. And I think that's just because you were dehydrated.
and I'm sure you're right. I have no doubt now, but I didn't know then.
No, no. So then our next big adventure, and this one kind of took some planning, some days, Plus, we're sore because we're doing some pretty intense stuff, like with some of this caving, like you're climbing and lowering yourself, stuff like that. Yeah. So, our next big adventure that I hadn't done before was to another unknown cave over a deactivated bridge. And the kind of instructions you get here are go over the bridge, go down an deactivated logging road, and go into the forest to a unmarked, unused trail, and you'll find the cave. Like, good instructions. And don't ask me how, but we found it.
I don't know how
But
we did either, actually.
Jackie found it, actually. Didn't you?
Possibly, yeah, I think I found the ribbon on the one trail or something.
We had the adventure of this was now our second cave. And then what I was trying to see if I could get in and I couldn't. They have deactivated it so people can't go inside. I was trying to get in that one. Jackie found another one. And then Fika, Harry, and I went down that one. And Jackie chickened out.
I did not. I went after you.
Did you?
Yes, I stayed up with Pippa and Maui
Yeah.
and Sally, the ones that were like, oh, where did she go this time? Because the grade of that drop in that sinkhole was really quite steep
Yeah.
down into that cave. But yeah, no, you went first and then I went after you.
I didn't know you actually went in it. I thought you
Yeah,
chickened out.
no,
Okay.
no,
Good for
no,
you.
I've got the video and all that
Cool.
because that one was totally different than the other one.
Yep. Yep. It was. So
Hmm.
that was our second caving adventure. At which point I'm like, okay, now I want to go to this other one that I had known about. So I can't give any locations because caves are that way. We're not supposed to share them, and we're certainly not going to be doing so on a podcast. But it's an amazing attraction outside of Port Alice. So we went there to the attraction. And then I'm like, Jackie, let's go up here. Let's see what's here.
Ah, hmm.
And then the attraction itself was amazing. It was phenomenal. So you're hiking there with all the dogs. You both go off exploring in different directions. You're finding rocks. So Jackie at that point had her her vest filled with rocks that she then hiked up the hill. It was
Yeah,
probably a 40-minute hike, and you were like laid down with rocks. She was quite funny. So she's huffing and puffing behind me as we now go on the next one. And you've no idea where you're going. And I'm like, Jackie, there might be something here. So we just keep going. The dogs are loving it anyway. And then you just get to this massive hole in the ground. And that was the next cave we found. And in my mind, that was the most incredible one of all the ones we went to.
the one we had to dig out.
That was the one with the hole in the ground that went straight down.
Mm-hmm. That looked like a luge.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
a, a death luge, but yeah. And
exactly.
then around the back side of that one, I was able to crawl in, and Harry and Fika came with me. While Maui and Pippa said, "You're stupid. We're staying here." And then Harry loved that one. That was
Yeah,
cool. It was a
yeah.
stunningly beautiful cave. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, because it's like an upside down cave. Like you enter it, you're not sure you're getting out. Like I kept checking back to make sure I could climb back up, given that we had no sticks or nothing to like actually dig in and climb with because the rock was wet anyway. And wasn't there water running through that one?
Yes, yes.
And so then it begs the question, where does it go and how much water goes there or comes through there?
All of these caves had water,
Mhm.
didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite incredible. So I went into that one first with Harry. Fika chickened out partway through.
Mhm.
And then Jackie went in with Sally. Did Sally go in with you?
No, I don't know. She didn't.
Okay.
but I don't know what she was doing up top, but obviously she didn't want to come or whatever. But she was fairly close because I think in my video, the camera went up to the earthy part,
Yeah.
the ground, and I think she was up there,
Yeah.
as most of the dogs were that whole time, just watching because they
Yeah.
could see you go down in the drop. So they got as close as they dared, but they were smart enough not to go too far.
They were.
That was
They
amazing
were.
to me.
The other fascinating thing too is our dogs all knew that there were holes in the ground and to be careful where they stepped. Once they learned, they were quite aware of where their feet were going. I thought they were quite careful.
Oh, very much. Even I remember even the first time in the other cave when we did try and go across and look at the river in the riverbed.
Yes.
I have a picture of Fika and Sally right on the same tip of a rock, clinging, and I'm like, wow, you just don't see that every day. There was like no space, so the dogs were moving to exactly where they knew they could stay.
Yeah. Yep.
But yet, yeah, go with us the whole way.
This was our third cave, the most incredible one, and we'd done a canyon cave with that one the same day. So we'd gone to see the canyon cave and then found this one that was just incredible that we were able to go in. It was so cool. And I'm going to say by this point, her and I were both just so alive and free. Like
Uh-huh.
we had no stress. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, no, none. Everything was left behind.
Yeah.
You have to live in the moment. You are so in the moment. You just are. And then once you're done that adventure, you're thinking about the next one.
Yes.
Still, you're so present.
In the middle of all of this, we're both running a campground. I was actually cooking. Jackie was running a campground. Working, we're dealing with people, with clients. So life's going on. We're doing stuff. We're not just playing.
Yep. But it's amazing what you can pack into a day because it's so pleasurable. The work is just, yeah, that's pleasurable, but then not when something else is waiting.
Yep. Yep. And I think it was probably at this point that I cut out some of the smoothies in the mornings. We were too busy. We had to get going.
No, you made me slam them. You come running and slam this. No, no. I still had my smoothies every day, laced with what I don't know, but oh no, no.
So, Jackie, what I want you to talk about is because what I did with you, I think, is very similar to what I do with dogs. Like, I get these
Mhm.
anxious ridden dogs that are coping with their daily lives,
Oh dear.
and
Uh-huh.
I throw them into my life and give them some rules, yes, but mostly I'm just throwing them into my
Hit 'em.
life. And I get rid of all of their anxiety and their worries, and then I put them back into their lives from before, and they're able to cope.
Yeah,
Care to
because
comment on that?
I'll attempt to, yeah, because it's profound when it happens to you, the human, because I think you're like that dog. I wouldn't describe myself quite that way, but anyway, so much is thrown at you that you just have to be in that particular moment. There's no time to think about or stress about, I should have done this, or why didn't I do that, or oh, I need to do that, and yet not do it when you're at home or you get stuck in your own world. So this just amped it up. It's like throwing someone into all these situations. You just don't have time to worry.
How long has your clarity in your brain stayed with you? Do you still think you're at 100%, or have you lost some of it now?
I don't know. I can't really answer that because I don't feel like I've lost some of it. But what
Yeah.
you lose, or what I feel I've lost, is the excitement, the enthusiasm that comes with I wouldn't say a different life, but the different perspective that those new situations bring.
Are you recreating those new situations? And I agree with you because I'm back home now too.
Hmm.
And it's changed. Like we're back into the same old, same old.
Yeah, it changed more so in the beginning because when I was first home, I went looking for caves here. I made myself explore places I'd never been to, which was great, but it's great, but it's not the same. It's not the same level of wild excitement, adrenaline, curiosity,
Yep.
which is unfortunate. I'm trying to recreate it, but you do start to settle back into normality.
I'm dying to work with you again to see if your brain is in the same place or if you've reverted back a little bit or if you've been able to maintain it.
Yeah.
What does
Well,
what does your partner say? We'll leave his name out of it. You know who I'm referring to.
yeah, I do. I'm not sure. He hasn't really commented since I've been back, except initially. But before I left, he said something like, whatever this is I'm looking at has got to stop because I don't know where you've gone. You need to go for two reasons, to help you and to help me. And he didn't know anything about the nutritional intervention part. He just he just knew that Port Alice is a thing
Yep.
for me.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. I think I would have to ask other. Ah, maybe I'll ask him, see what he says. Again. No?
Did any of your girlfriends see a difference in you?
No.
Okay. Not that they
No,
commented.
but then again, I haven't been face to face with the ones that would really know.
Okay.
Talking on the phone and catching up that way is not quite the same, I don't think.
Yep. It was so fascinating to me reading this book afterwards because it was talking about all the benefits of exercise and adventure, how they can combat stress and depression. And then just it's what I do with dogs. So I'm
I know.
seeing it all the time. Like it's fascinating. On your drive home, what did you think of the book I gave you to read?
Oh, I loved it. I've listened to it twice, and I might be on the third rotation of it. That one I really liked. The other one, not so much. I
Okay.
can't think right on the spot here what it was that I liked about it. There were so many things I liked about it, and so many of the people speaking in it that I want to go to them for other resources and things that they have written or talked about.
The book I gave her was Embrace Discomfort by Michael Easter. And
Hmm.
he has a second book on discomfort, Jackie, that you should go read.
Okay.
It's I think similar to the first, but he goes into all the things in much greater detail.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I will
It's
check it out.
it's fascinating and it will explain to you why Port Alice did for you what it did for you. It's going into that rugged kind of outdoors
Yeah.
without the comforts of home, how it changes you of when you then go back home, you're just that much more settled and things don't rattle you anymore. And I do believe that is what I do with dogs. It's just how I'm living with them.
It is.
Is what I'm putting them into. It makes them then just able to handle daily
Yeah.
life, but they then still need that kind of annual maintenance to get back out there in that rugged
Yeah.
outdoors.
Yeah. And
It's
it, like that quote, it should actually say exercise should be second because I think we at home exercise, but there's a different level when you're adventuring, you're using different muscles, there's different expectations, there's the mystery of it all, the new places, things that you would never otherwise see had you not just flung yourself down that rope.
I agree. The last place I took Jackie, I think, was a canyon I found, and drove over this bridge, and I'm like, "Wow, I need to get down there." And then this was a couple of years back. I then
Hmm.
spent hours trying to find out how I could get down there. Not even hours, like days. It was multiple trips out there trying to go different places to see how I could get down to this canyon. And then I found it. I found it. It was just a white plastic can on the side of the road. I'm like, huh, why is
I
that
know.
there? That's out of place. Went, looked at the oil can, and there were blue ropes next to it that took me down to my canyon.
With
So this
lovely
place,
notches and
yeah. So you have to go down. The first part's easy. The first part Harry could do. And then it gets to a point of, oh, Harry, now you're going back in the car. I'm going on my own.
I don't know if I'd say it's easy or simple. I guess it depends what grabs someone's attention. Now, at that point, we had done so much exercise because we had already crossed that river, climbed up the sides of the rock walls with no sticks, no nothing. So we're using all of these muscles, which were fatigued because I remember being in the river going, okay, let's plan this a little more cautiously because I have no backup plan and I don't want to scooch down the rapids. I'm too tired to fight against it. So let's just be smart here, people. Now I've lost my train of thought. Oh, coming down that rope, it was the distance. If you look at the drop, which you do, because you're like,
Right.
what rope? And then it's, oh, that's the river, like many, 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 many feet below, and the rocks. So you want to know, for me, did I have enough muscle strength at that point? That's the only time I ever really questioned what I was doing.
Yes. And I think in part you loved the canyon maybe the most because you had the most fear getting there.
Yeah. And is that when I went up the rock, straight up the
No,
rock?
no, that was the first
Oh,
cave
right,
I ever took you
right.
in. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was just being possessed to do something that I would normally tell someone is absurd and ridiculous, and therefore I had to do it.
You pushed yourself on your own adventure just to know that you could do it.
Yeah, yeah, because it
And
wasn't
off you
easy.
went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't easy. There were a lot of heights. I did want to know where that cave came out, if it circled around. Yeah, because that was my first introduction to the caves.
Yes.
So I didn't know a lot about the whole system at that point. Yeah,
Yep. And you with when you went up to that entrance, you pushed yourself. You had to get over your fear of heights. It was physically challenging for you and you were already tired.
yeah,
So you fully pushed yourself beyond your comfort zone, but you needed to do that for you and you were alive afterwards.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because when
Yeah.
you sweat like that, and I think maybe that's partially the fear and adrenaline, and then you have to be smart and careful because there's no rope, there's nobody's catching you. Yeah, yeah. So pushing
It's
beyond regular
em-
exercise mentally and physically.
embracing discomfort. That's what it
Yep.
is.
Yeah. Yeah, that
You
is what
need
it is.
to go find out that discomfort on your adventures, and the growth that you get from that and the benefit you get from that
Mhm.
is life changing.
It is. It is life changing because it puts day to day stress issues in perspective that you didn't have before you went, if you are in the situation that I was in.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Suddenly life is all put in perspective, and things that would previously have rattled you and ruined your day, it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. Next, are we going to the river?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
That's pretty much it. All right. It gets a nanosecond of your time and off you
Yeah.
go.
It's like, "Damn, that's unfortunate. All right, let's go tubing."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Do we have time for that? Yeah, let's do that.
I think
Mhm.
one of my favorite things that we did was tubing down the river with all the dogs.
Now, that was good, except it was too much work because my tube wouldn't float.
Yeah.
So next time when I have a tube, it
I
will
bought
be
you one.
yay.
We now
And
both have proper tubes.
we could even do the river where the rapids were in the bigger rocks. How thick are the tubes?
I think their river. We'll only know once one gets punctured.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. All right, good. We
But
could just drop them down the canyon,
yes,
toss them over the
yes.
edge.
Uh-huh.
Theoretically, they should be fine.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Take a air thingy with us. We could just blow them up when we got down there.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody's coming to take the air thingy. There's nobody there. You'd
Exactly.
never have to worry about that. Oh,
Oh, dear. I think the best thing about what we did is we did everything. We did rock climbing. We did going down a canyon on ropes. So we're going down, and then we were like scaling the sides of a rock face to try and get into the canyon. We went
across the
into
river,
caves. We hiked. We swam. We tubed with all the dogs. I biked. You didn't.
not quite enough time.
Yeah. Like we did everything. We kayaked.
We kayaked, yep. Saw the
Like
bears. That
we saw
I hadn't seen.
bears.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Like we just did everything.
Yep. But it feels like an unfinished adventure. But I think that's the problem. They all feel unfinished. Do you know
But
what I
that's
mean?
because
It's
there's
because
next year.
exactly. Or next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think about in the book, Embracing Discomfort,
Yeah.
there was the woman, and now I've forgotten her name, but she, near the end of the book, and she went and lived in a cave, I don't know,
Is
for
this
a
the
few
woman that
weeks
wore
or a
no
year.
shoes? That
Yeah.
ran with no shoes?
Like
Yeah.
she did all these, she challenged her life, it seems, repeatedly over time. And it's not because she had to, she chose to,
Yes.
for whatever reason she was going through at that time.
Yes.
And she lived somewhere, was it in a cave for a year?
Yes.
A year's a
Was
long
it
time.
yoga and Buddhism? And then she lived in a cave? I
Well,
can't remember. I'm not even
yeah,
going to pretend to remember, but it
yeah,
was fascinating.
but she did so many different things, and that's really what started to get my attention is, okay, she was a runner, and she was running, and I guess there was a fad of no shoes and barefoot over the rocks, and imagine just even that. And she was younger, like I think that was her 20s or something.
Yes, university.
So, wow, things you wouldn't even think of.
But she
Camping in a
always,
cave?
yes, pushed herself into discomfort so she could truly come to terms with her feelings
Yeah,
and be her authentic self. And listening to this woman speak, she was amazing,
yeah,
an incredible person.
yeah.
I highly recommend this book for everyone. It was Embracing Discomfort by Michael Easter, right?
Yep,
It's fantastic.
it
It
is.
just really it from a dog training perspective, when I listened to this book, it just made everything make sense about these dogs that get their boring walks around the block once a day on leash for their half hour or hour, or even the dogs that get to go to a park for an hour, but they're never being challenged in any way. It's always the same. Like they're not getting this discomfort in any way
No.
and they thrive on it. What I would say is fika. little crazy Valhund
Yeah.
Fika. After her caving experience, she's a different dog. She keeps changing. Like, she's getting bolder and braver, bolder and braver. But I would say caving made her that much bolder,
I
that
would
much
believe
more
that
annoying too.
wholeheartedly because I was watching her when she was trying to make the decision, where did you go? Okay, I'm going to go up the log. That was at that sinkhole and kind of the rock down one. And she did come part way down. So she really had this struggle within herself. And then she's like, I can do this. And then for whatever reason, like a monkey just swung back around and was like, yeah, maybe later, but I'm going to watch right here at the edge. She was way closer than I was. I stayed way further back.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Maui, I don't know if we can talk about him,
Sure.
but he, you weren't there one day. This was after those situations. He actually came, laid across my feet when I was standing in the kitchen. Just a behavior I've never seen, didn't expect. Out of the blue. It's not like he came over wanting attention or something. He literally threw himself at my feet and then got a belly rub and then Fika and Pippa came over. Okay, yeah, we're doing that. You must have been
Yep.
gone somewhere, but a totally different part to him that I hadn't seen.
Yes.
So, was he braver? Was the experience fascinating? Do they bond in a different way when you're part of this crazy party? Like,
I think when you are this person that makes them feel so good and the days are so exciting, every one of the dogs woke up every morning like, "Where are we going?"
yeah,
And then they were so content going to bed at night, like,
yeah. As we
and
were, like, I
as
couldn't
we
even pick
were
up my phone. It was like, oh, this bed is so comfortable. Like
I
at
know,
8:30, 9 o'clock.
7:30.
Yeah, yeah. Night night, everyone. It's amazing. And just on that subject, one of the people that I called on the way home was my niece. And I started to explain my experience. She had no idea I was up there or anything, right? Within about 5 minutes, she said, okay, I need to come to this camp. I need to come do this. I said, yeah, you absolutely do need this. Maybe we could go next week.
Do it. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's an incredible place, but not only is it an incredible place, but we've utilized it for what it is. We're not going on the main paths. We're we're exploring, we're creating adventures, we're using it for what it should be for
Yeah.
us to make us the people that we need to be when we come back here and have to cope again with the stresses of normal daily life.
I think it's such a huge takeaway for most people. They just don't know it. Remember the ladies at the river that we did
Yes.
run into,
Yes.
which we were in the middle of nowhere? They're locals and they thought we were crazy without a doubt, and they were probably right. But yet they were excited for us because we were doing it. And they even waited to make sure that we came back because there's no cell service and whatnot. But now they want to go.
They have since done it.
They have since done it.
They have. They
They
went
snorkeled the
paddleboarding
river.
down there. I think I can't remember full details, but I can actually. They paddleboarded, but when they came out the water afterwards, the paddleboard stank of salmon because the fish are now running.
Oh, oh, yeah. I guess that would be a problem.
We opened up doors for them too because they've always just gone to the river and looked at it as their swimming spot. They've never considered going past the cave and beyond.
So
And
they would have
and
felt
now
the
they have.
current and had to dodge fish in the process. That would be something.
Yeah. Yep. So they
Wow.
haven't yet snorkeled it, and they're going to, but so far they have done it with a paddleboard.
Well,
At least one of them has.
that's amazing. That's a huge start. Like,
Yes.
because you just don't even know until you do it.
Yes.
Ride a magic carpet down it and see what happens because
Yep.
yeah.
And we got another local into a cave
Yep.
that hasn't been there in over 30, 40 years.
Yep.
He went in there as a kid and I took him in there as an adult. So yeah, like places that are right there for all of these locals that they just don't think about. I think it's all the outsiders that are so
Uh-huh.
impressed and exploring and hunting and stuff like that. Yeah,
And there has to be other people doing it or the ropes wouldn't be in place in some of those
exactly.
obscure
Exactly.
places.
And thank you to whoever the roper is. I'm very
Yeah.
grateful for all these adventures you let me have.
We'll watch your
Um,
tin cans.
have you maintained your eating, Jackie?
Not as well as I would like as far as the number of veg and different things.
I'll add the final piece in here on our adventure. There was a book I listened to a long time ago. I've been doing this since November of last year, but it was about mental clarity and how to achieve mental clarity. And one of the things she said was that you need to be eating between, I think it was 27 and now I can't remember her numbers, but I remember. Now I know why. She said you had to be eating 27 different fruits and vegetables every week. And I remember now because I was making fun of her of why 27, that's so random. And then I had a guest over from Germany who was staying at my house, and she told me that she is eating between 25 to 30 fruits and vegetables every week. And there was a German podcast she had been listening to saying the benefits of eating this varied diet of fruits and vegetables. So she had been doing the same thing. So my author just rounded up. Hello, Jackie. Welcome back. And I have been doing that since November of last year of trying to eat my 27 fruits and vegetables every week. And I have to say, I do think it has given me some mental clarity. So that was where Jackie's talking about all of the fruits and vegetables that she's eating. Welcome back.
Okay, hi.
Hello.
My my phone got too hot.
Oh, I just started speaking about the benefits of the fruits and vegetables, the number of it. Do you think that
Okay.
has made a difference, the different quantity? Because they're pushing us outside of what we would normally eat. Because I think I'm fairly good about the fruits and vegetables I eat, but I eat the same ones. I don't eat outside of that. And I can't say it's inconvenient eating outside of it now. It just means I shop differently.
Yeah.
I'm just deliberately buying other things now and adding it to a salad or marinated vegetables. So it's just, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think it makes a difference. Different colors, different, yeah, all of that. I guess the magic number you said was 21,
27.
27 in a week.
Yep.
Yeah. But actually, it's easier to do than you think because you can
It
add
really
just a
is.
little bit. Yeah. Especially the salads that you were making, which had such different flavors and so different vegetables and different stir fries. You just have to be organized and on it. So preparing probably in the morning is, I would think, smart.
I'm not that clever with anything like that. When I shop now, I buy a purple cabbage and a green cabbage. I
Right.
make sure I buy a shallot and an onion. Radishes is something I've never purchased in my adult life, and now I am. Cucumbers too. So it's just
Interesting.
thinking a little bit outside of the box. I'm buying orange beets and red beets or yellow beets, I guess they're
Yeah.
called,
Yeah.
and adding them to salads grated.
That was
I've
so
bought
delicious. Oh, I'm now.
kohlrabi. I just roasted up a fennel for Jill at her house and put that on a salad. So it's just
No
thinking
kidding.
outside the box. Yeah.
You roasted the whole fennel?
Yeah.
Wow.
and
Okay.
then added it to salad.
Like an eggplant?
Salad,
Kind of this.
salad because I'm so fat.
I don't think you're so.
Jackie needed to gain weight, and I think I gained plenty for her as I cooked
Well,
for her.
I never stopped eating. Yeah. Yeah.
I
But it was.
realized it like one weekend, so I would give Jackie like her lunch, and I would take half of it because I was getting so fat. I've never eaten so much in my life.
I noticed you were very pushy about which plate I would take, and so I did actually notice that, and I'm like, oh, I get the like Whopper size everything. Okay, I'll keep eating. It was too good not to actually.
Why I asked you on here is it was a fascinating process of doing this with Jackie, watching her anxieties leave. And the biggest change I noticed was we were driving to the canyon. So we're going over a small mountain pass, but is a mountain pass the right word? That sounds a very generous word. We're going over a hill
A
pass.
hill. It's a hill with a cliff. There is a cliff.
A hill with a cliff that you is right there if you
Yeah,
detour that direction. And as Jackie was driving out there, I noticed she would like panic brake going around corners. So she was quite a reactive driver. She's either hitting the gas or hitting the brake, hitting the gas, hitting the brake, hitting the gas, hitting the brake again, again, again. So she's following me out there. Throw her down the canyon. She's scared of the last bit of the canyon with the ropes there. It's a drop off. It's quite easy to do, but it looks a bit scary.
I was hoping I had life insurance at that point. Just
And I
saying.
had to talk her through it. Don't look down, just find your left footing here, kind of thing. And she did it. It was fine. It wasn't a big deal, but it rattled you.
Yep.
Then you got to the most incredible place that to me, it was just spectacular. Like every time you walked 10 more feet around the next bend, it was like, wow. Then you get past that, climb a rock, go around the next bend. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Every bend was different in a more stunning way than the last. It was just incredible. So we
Well,
did that. We climbed rock faces trying to get to the next bend. We both just went on our own adventures and got to where we were going. Then we climbed back up. And as you're looking at it, it's, oh no, how am I going to get up there? It's surprisingly easy, I think. Then we get in our cars. Now we have to drive back. But anyhow, we're driving back, and her driving was smooth. All the reactivity was gone. It was smooth.
I
That was
think
what I noticed.
you
It
were
was
in
actually
my
at the river
car.
when we went tubing.
You were
Yes, you're
in the.
right. You were
Yeah, you
driving.
were.
You're right.
Yeah, I
Yes,
don't remember the details of why or whatnot, but you were actually in the car.
you're
So
right.
yeah, whichever adventure, I'm not sure, but because I remember you commenting on that, and driving is one of those things I have recently become uncomfortable with, which is not my norm. So I guess just going back to this whole exploring, when you tackle a different fear, I really think it helps diminish something you're struggling with, which has nothing to do. Like they're not related in any way, in any
No,
obvious way.
no.
But maybe you were describing how it changes the actual brain chemistry, the function, how much you have. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know.
And it's crazy, isn't it? Like dealing with one fear and adventure made her lose her anxiety with something she's been struggling with. That's what I find fascinating. And that right there is how I'm training dogs. It's the only way how to say it. You never
That's
tackle
exactly
a
right.
fear head on. So we never had a conversation about her reactive driving prior to that.
No, because you don't like to hear the details, and now I understand you far better. Honestly, as a dog trainer, so I probably didn't tell you that part, but in my brain on the way home, it's because you're processing what you can see it. You don't need to hear all that blah blah blah. It just muddies the whole way you deal with it.
Yep.
That sound about right?
Yep.
But it's
Yeah.
actually fascinating, to me.
Yeah. So for all of you out there struggling with anxieties and worries and feeling overwhelmed in your lives, honestly, unplug, go backpacking for a week, go hunting, go to the lake, but don't take your cell phone with you. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone so you're sleeping in a different bed somewhere else and go on an adventure.
Or you
Go
don't even
somewhere,
know where your bed is. Just go.
yeah,
Like, just
go.
go. That
Get
would
rid
be
of
the
running
biggest thing.
water, no running water, no Wi Fi. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone, and suddenly your daily stresses will just seem manageable. They won't
Yeah.
rattle you the same way.
No.
And take your dog with you, and you'll transform them also. And
Yeah.
that's it.
I think so. And if you read the book, but you'll hear all the other people talking about the same things that we did.
Yes. Yes. We all
And
need
it's,
to get back to nature, get off our cell phones, and just enjoy our lives. And you'll find that your anxieties, your worries, things that stress you out will just go away. I am going to say something about Sheila right now. Sorry, Sheila. I'm stealing your thunder for you. But Sheila and I just competed this weekend. My drive there was over, not including the ferry, was over 13 and a half hours. And it was painful. There was so much traffic and construction and detours. And it was horrid. And you're going over mountains. It's stressful. It's hard. Sheila's never done a big trip like that before. And by the time she arrived, she was white knuckled and looked exhausted. And it was Sheila's first competition in IGP. And I had said in advance, like, she's going to win it. She's going to win High Trial. And she didn't. I was wrong. Well done, Natalie. You did. But Sheila came second. And I knew this because the drive there would rattle her so much that she wouldn't even think about the trial. She'd just go out there and do her job. And she did. She just went out there and did her job. If it had been on home turf, she would have worried herself and hampered her performance a bit. I think she's trained enough now that she'd have been okay. But just because she got rattled by that long drive, she had such a different experience in trial than if it had been a local one. And I'm so glad she did that. And again, pushing herself out of into discomfort. I cannot speak of it enough. We all need to be doing this in our lives. Do something that scares you a bit. Just do it.
uh-huh.
Have
Yeah.
that adventure that you're a little bit scared to do on your own. Go. Just go do it.
Be scared and do it anyway. That's
Yeah.
amazing. There it is right there too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. It's fascinating when you actually have a person putting it into words about how it's changing their brain and how they live through the process.
But you don't even know it. You might
Yeah.
not recognize it, as I did not in this situation, but I
When
certainly noticed a change.
when did you realize what had happened? Was it once you were home or was it like at the end
No,
days there?
mm, somewhere between day 5 and day 10 or whatever it was,
Okay.
where I started to become more stable. But it wasn't until we actually stopped doing a million things. So, probably on my drive home, listening to that book is when things started to go clickety, clickety, click, because I had a minute or 6 hours, 5 hours driving down to think about it. That's when, like, I had a minute to put those pieces together. That's when I realized, oh, you treated me like a dog. Look at how many, in a good way, because I didn't know it, but I've seen you with dogs. So we didn't talk about any of the things that I might have been fearful about or stressed about, or you didn't know any of those details and you didn't want or need it. And everything changed because of all the other things you did. But I think the nutrition had way more importance than I initially thought when you brought it up to me.
Yep, I do too.
And you don't realize you let that slide with the addition of more stress.
Yep.
So, yeah. When are we going back?
Fascinating, Jackie.
Let's take Sheila.
We are going at Christmas. You coming?
Maybe. I'd never say never.
Yeah, a week of exploring at Christmas time. And I agree, we need to take Sheila.
There's so many people that would love that type of situation. They just don't know because they haven't experienced it.
There's so many people that need to do this, but are just too scared to go out on their own.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. But there are many ways to do this. Running a triathlon is the same. There's so many different ways to do this within your own comfort zone. I'm a wilderness girl, so I go find wilderness. But Lindsay made herself go run a triathlon, did the same thing that way. So find your own way to embrace discomfort and push yourself out of your comfort zone. There's different ways that accomplish the same and will give you the same mental clarity, power, and calmness, ability to cope, remove all your anxiety. Like there's so many benefits to this. But as a dog trainer, this is what I do with dogs. And I hope you can all start thinking this way with your own dogs. Like give them these adventures. They need it. They don't need to walk around the block. They need an adventure. As do you. As do you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for talking with me, Jackie.
Okay. Okay.
I think I have very little editing too at the end of the day.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I just hope that people just recognize maybe the little bits in themselves and aren't afraid to do something. Anything.
Yes. Yes.
So,
yes.
You'll change your life.
In all of these adventures, I had some friends come from Germany while I was up there, and they came with their 11-year-old son, and he got to do all of this stuff. And it was so funny with this kid when we went on the first adventure. He doesn't understand or speak English, so I took him to the first adventure. He was like, it was this amazing waterfall. He was like, cool, that's nice. And then I took him to the side of the waterfall and showed him the ropes going up that we were going to climb. And this kid came alive. But it was raining and it was too slippery, so we actually couldn't do that. So then I took him to the canyon. That was his first trip that he went on with me. In the pouring rain, we did the canyon. And this kid, I think safe to say, loved me after that and wanted just more adventures everywhere. He loved the adventures. It was so funny. So we took him to bears, kayaking. Where else did we go? Amazing rivers, caves. Yeah, he had a pretty cool holiday.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Super. Thank you, Jackie. Have a wonderful day, what remains of it. And thank you for talking with me.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for the adventure. Bye.
Bye.